Out front tonight, Congressman Adam Schiff. He's the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee. And Congressman Schiff, I appreciate your being with us tonight. You just heard our report, an ISIS affiliate with a so-called hit list targeting American troops. What do you know about the threat?
Well, we're trying to investigate how they got this information. A lot of it may have been publicly available, but if there has been any hacking, obviously that's something we want to find out about. I think it's also the case, though, that this is just one of the increasingly sophisticated uses of social media by ISIS, even more so than Al-Qaeda. But that's a real challenge for us because it takes very little for them to put this stuff out, and it causes an outsized reaction on our part. So, you know, just another example of the challenges we face in this internet age.
So the situation in Yemen, where obviously ISIS has been growing, much to the surprise of the Americans in many senses, right, ended up being a lot stronger than they thought. It's growing so quickly, and the situation in Yemen is deteriorating so quickly that the United States is evacuating the last of its troops from the country. How damaging is this to the United States and security?
Well, it is very damaging, and unfortunately Yemen has taken a very dramatic turn for the worse over the course of the last 9 months. The country is now fairly well divided between north and south. You have this chasm that's opened up, an increasing divide between Sunni and Shia, two rival governments now starting to look a lot like Libya, and into this ungoverned space you have AQAP looking at new opportunities to expand, and ISIS establishing a real threatening presence there.
Right.
With our diminishing footprint, it also gives us less eyes on our adversaries, and that's very much a concern.
And, you know, but what I'm curious about, just as recently as September, President Obama talked about Yemen as a success story. Let me just play for you exactly what he said.
This strategy of taking out terrorists who threaten us while supporting partners on the front lines is one that we have successfully pursued in Yemen and Somalia for years.
Congressman, Yemen, of course, is known as a breeding ground for terror groups, and you now see this complete deterioration in Yemen. Why would the president have called it a success just months ago?
Well, unfortunately, probably at the time the president made that statement, it was quite accurate, but things have taken a real dramatic turn since then. And I think what the president was talking about that in the broader context of that address, though, was comparing it with the paradigm of a massive American occupation like in Afghanistan and as we previously had in Iraq. So he was saying other models work, and it's worked successfully in Yemen and Somalia, and it works successfully until it doesn't. And unfortunately, right now, we have a real problem on our hands in Yemen. But I would make one final point, and that is I'm not sure the answer is to go back to a massive American occupation of every space where the governance is falling apart. We just can't use that as a sustainable model.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a fair point. Thank you very much, Congressman. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks, Erin.